What's good, YouTube? It's Nas and we back with another video. Road to 600 subscribers, of course. And in today's video, we're going to be talking about the Boston Celtics. And we're going to be talking about Celtics basketball without Jayson Tatum. And really, it hasn't looked as bad as I thought. The Celtics starting out the year are 8-7 right now. And with their schedule coming up, they could possibly be positive or above 500, in which I didn't expect for this season. But it's been Jaylen Brown stepping up. It's been Anthony Simons stepping up off the bench. Payton Pritchard's first year as a starter stepping up. Derek White finding his jumper. Jordan Walsh getting productive NBA minutes as the #1 defender who's guarding the best player on opposing teams. So really, the Celtics, without their best player, we would say, the Celtics are still playing their brand of basketball, losing Drew Holiday, losing Kristaps Porzingis, coming off an injury which you're not most likely going to see Jayson Tatum, even though he wants to play badly. Like you could just see on the sidelines whenever they show Jayson Tatum on the camera, like that nigga is itching to get back on the court. And I really do think, if the Celtics are winning and it gets to April or March, Jayson Tatum might actually come back. But let's not talk about Jayson Tatum. Today we're going to talk about the others. And Jaylen Brown has been stepping up dramatically, which I expected him to do. I knew this was going, or I'm pretty sure if you honestly know basketball, you knew this would have been a big season for Jaylen Brown to see what he's capable of as a #1 option. And Jaylen Brown has delivered. Jaylen Brown right now is averaging 27.5 points per game, 5.5 rebounds, and 4 assists through 15 games of this NBA season. And what I noticed out of Jaylen Brown this season, yes, the Celtics are playing their brand of basketball, a high enough volume of threes, getting obviously defensive stops. But when you look at it, when the offense goes stagnant, Jaylen Brown calls for that fucking ball and it goes to work. He gets to his mid-range, which he loves the mid-range. I'm pretty sure we know that Jaylen Brown isn't as good of a three-point shooter or a three-point threat as Jayson Tatum. So Jaylen Brown getting to his spots, Jaylen Brown getting to the rim, which Jaylen Brown going to the rim is a hard person to stop. So you're playing to Jaylen Brown's strengths, and you really see this season as growth for Jaylen Brown when Jayson Tatum ultimately returns. If we could get these 27.5 points per game from Jaylen Brown with the additions of Payton Pritchard being a starter now, Derek White trying to ramp up his obviously offensive production, Jordan Walsh guarding the best defender, the Celtics might have something, even though last season being a disappointing season with the injury. This season, I feel like it's for growth. Yes, they are the 9th seed right now and they could possibly push for the playoffs, but if I was a Celtics fan, I wouldn't want that. I'm gonna keep it a buck, because the next draft class, the 2026 draft class, will be nasty. And if they get one of those players or a top 5 player in that draft class and they add it on to this Boston Celtics team, I feel like next year is the year you go up and running. But this is this year right now. The Celtics are 8-7 right now, and they still have a lot of season left. So I'm not going to say they're going to be a winning team or they're going to be a losing team. I'm just talking about how the Celtics are playing competitive basketball every single night. And I can't help but notice in some of the games that they lost, they have been mostly close games, and you just notice the spots where Jayson Tatum would have the ball in this situation and Jayson Tatum would go get a bucket. But now it's stuck to, when obviously Jaylen Brown is off, it's stuck to Payton Pritchard putting up a tough shot attempt. It goes in sometimes and sometimes it doesn't. You got Derek White putting up a shot attempt even though he's trying to figure out his offensive game. Anthony Simons going off for some halves and then going stagnant. It's so many situations where you feel like you're missing something, and that's what the Celtics are missing. And sometimes you don't even realize how good the Celtics are playing, that they're actually missing their best player in Jayson Tatum. But anyway, talking about Payton Pritchard, first year as a starter, because we all know Payton Pritchard is a former 6th man of the year. Payton Pritchard this season is averaging 16.5 points per game, 4 rebounds and 5 assists. Just giving this consistent person that you can count on. The last 3 games, Payton Pritchard has had 22 and 10 rebounds, 30 points, and 24, 6, and 9. And when you get that out of Payton Pritchard, you're most likely going to win games. And you love to see that out of Payton, because we all know Payton Pritchard can give anybody buckets on any given night. I learned that over the years, and I'm pretty sure y'all niggas know that by now. And Derek White this season, he's had a disappointing start to the season, but it seems like he's starting to figure it out a little bit. Derek White is averaging 16 points per game, 4 rebounds, and 5.5 assists this season. And he started out extremely slow. I'm wondering what the fuck is wrong with Derek White. I thought this was going to be a big season for Derek White. Derek White could potentially average above 20 per game this season. And that really just hasn't happened this season yet. Yeah, yes, it's been 15 games, so he could possibly get back up to that number. But I don't know. Like, this season really started out really slow, and I was really surprised. But let's just talk about their roster while we're at it right now. Like, you got Chris Boucher. I don't think he's been getting minutes recently. You got Jaylen Brown. You got Luka Garza has been producing as a backup center, and he's providing something that I didn't think he could provide in the NBA, because in Minnesota, he didn't really get backup minutes. He goes to Boston, everybody's going to get minutes in Boston because they're trying to figure out their situation. And Luka Garza has provided. He has had a couple of double-doubles, I'm pretty sure, but Luka Garza has been impressive. Hugo Gonzalez, their rookie, he's been impressive, even though he's not. He's there for a spot up in defense, and Hugo Gonzalez has been doing his role. Ron Harper Jr., Sam Hauser, we all know Sam Hauser can shoot. You got Josh Minot, who's been impressive on the defensive side of the ball. Wasn't seeing minutes in Minnesota also. Goes to Boston, and he also starts getting minutes. You got Payton Pritchard. You got Keita, who's been impressive as a starting big man this season. Losing Luke Cornett, losing Porzingis, and you still have Keita, which obviously a 7-footer, big slap, I don't want to say what I'm thinking, but a big 7-footer, which you know that he can shot block, he can rim protect, and he can also catch lobs. So that's good for any big man. Any team can use Keita on their team. But also talking about Baylor Scheinman, Max Strube, Anthony Simons, who's been coming off the bench and lighting it up. I think if you've been around the NBA, you know Anthony Simons is a bucket by now. I'm pretty sure you know that. But Jayson Tatum, Xavier Tillman, Jordan Walsh. I've already talked about Jordan Walsh, Derek White, and Amari Williams. But yeah, the Celtics have been impressing me a lot, because I honestly expected them to be bad, but you can't expect a team coached by Joe Mazzulla, still having Jaylen Brown, who's been told his whole NBA career that he is not a number one option. He's only a second option. And him producing like this, and the Celtics obviously have so many winnable games. Like, it's crazy when I'm watching their basketball, and I realize, like, they're missing Jayson Tatum. If Jayson Tatum was out there, they would have, I don't know, bro. It's not this game isn't about what ifs. So let me know how y'all feel about the Boston Celtics, their start to the season. Let me know how y'all feel about Jaylen Brown. And do y'all think the Celtics make the playoffs, or do y'all think they miss the playoffs? Let me know down below. Subscribe. What's good, y'all? If y'all made it to the end of the video, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And there's a video right here. I'm pretty sure you're gonna like it if you like this one. And the channel icon's right there if you want to just check out the channel in general. And yeah, leave a like too, because it really helps the algorithm push me out. And yeah, I appreciate y'all for watching this video nonetheless.